Hi, I'm Bob Gordon, the Environment Policy Advisor at the BRC. I'm going to talk a little bit about what retailers are doing to cut waste and to increase recycling. In terms of the first answer to that, it's quite a lot. Retailers are doing an awful lot to manage their own waste at the back of store. Many have introduced recycling centres in-house, and many are backhauling their waste and then bulking it up at their distribution centres. Under a recent BRC climate change initiative, we looked at a number of retailers and the way that they were managing their waste and recycling. And the recycling rate amongst the signatories to that agreement was 68% recycling. So fantastic recycling rate. What else are they doing? Well, they're helping their customers to minimise their waste and to increase their recycling. One of the most notable things there is the Courtauld commitment, which is a voluntary agreement for grocery retailers to reduce the amount of packaging on the market despite increases in sales. That's for the grocery market. There's then a home improvement sector agreement with RAP, the government delivery body on waste, where other retailers are able to cut their packaging as well. Retailers also play an important role in terms of buying recycled material to use in their packaging and their products, and therefore stimulating the market. So they're pulling through the demand for recycled content, which hopefully will stimulate supply and will encourage then local authorities, waste management companies to increase their collections and the quality of their collections. Retailers are also crucial in terms of communicating with consumers. I'll talk a little bit about the on-pack recycling label later on, but retailers are also doing lots of communications in store, and in many cases communications that are very specifically targeted to a local authority area so that it's meaningful to their customers in that area. Recycling rates have increased dramatically in the UK in the last 10 years, from around 3% to around 33%, and councils clearly to be commended for that. But we've got further to go, and much more to do. One of the big problems is that obviously across all of the different local authorities there are very different collection methods and different materials are collected, and that does add confusion for consumers. I think that there are three things ultimately that we can do though to increase recycling. The first is to collect more materials that are collected already. So more than 80% of local authorities collect plastic bottles. We only collect 40% of plastic bottles. The participation gap there is huge. If we were to double the number of people who are actually recycling, then we could see significant increases in material. One of the things that retailers are doing as part of that process is communicating via the on-pack recycling label, which gives consumers a very, very clear message about exactly how they can recycle that packaging for each particular piece of packaging. The second issue is to increase the quality of materials collected and to decrease contamination. Again, the on-pack recycling label, crucial here. It will tell you where a piece of packaging is not recyclable, that this packaging is not currently recycled specifically, that it is not currently recycled, or where some councils collect and some don't, it will tell you to check locally. The label's been used by over 60 companies now, and it's on over 50,000 product lines, so it's been really, really successful and offers that really, really clear communication to consumers. Final thing that retailers are doing to increase recycling and to increase quality is that they're taking back materials in store that are difficult to recycle at the curbside. For example, films, rigid plastics, batteries, obviously not on the plastic side, but batteries being a very, very good example of things they're collecting. What they're doing there is they're stimulating that market for recycling, as well as collecting really quality material and getting that material out of the curbside collections and decreasing contamination. So lots and lots of things going on. A very brief canter through some of the things that retailers are doing. Much more to be done. We need to keep pushing forwards.